Good afternoon. Welcome to our AI session for Tekion. My name is Justin Ho. I'm VP for Product Innovation and Design at Tekion.
Hi everyone, I'm Nitika. I head the AI and machine learning team.
So today we're really excited to talk about our Tekion AI platform. But first, we wanted to give you a little bit overview of AI in the industry across software technology and how it's being utilized in the industry across many different areas. We're going to then move to talk about our AI platform across our portfolio and bring a dealer who's shown success utilizing our generative AI capabilities inside of our CRM. We all hear about AI and it's being used in many different products. And we took two examples here, Microsoft, who has their Copilot product, as well as Google, who has Duet AI. And we wanted to talk a little bit about how AI is being used in different industries. In healthcare, we're seeing them using AI to reduce costs for drug discovery. It's a very expensive process, and we want to be able to make it more efficient using AI. In manufacturing, increasing quality without increasing cost. How do you do that? At scale. The solution is AI. And of course, generative AI has been used across the board for media and entertainment to create new images, fresh content, personalized information, and generating dollars and revenue behind it as well. One of the themes that we've been seeing is that generative AI and AI technologies are being embedded inside applications. They aren't bolt-on technologies. A great example is both Microsoft and Google have been taking their AI and putting it inside of their productivity applications. Example, Word, PowerPoint, Excel, and even into development and engineering. This is a great case study where we're seeing from Microsoft where developers are being 88% more productive by using generative AI and AI products inside of their day-to-day work, right? So that means that you need AI in your day-to-day teams to actually generate more productivity. Some really great case studies have been shown to show increased productivity for everyday businesses. A great example here from MIT Sloan. We can see that generative AI can improve workers' performance by 40%. That's an incredible amount of productivity increase just by using generative AI. Another great example from McKinsey. Automating work activities increases productivity and absorbs additional tasks by 60 to 70%. So now the question really is, as a dealer, how are you going to get that amount of productivity in your day-to-day activities and lives? We've been thinking about AI for such a long time. It's embedded directly into our applications, but we wanted to think about overall how dealers can benefit. First and foremost, revenue growth. We really believe, and we've seen, that dealers using AI can generate thousands and thousands of dollars of additional revenue and profitability through AI. A huge amount of savings also comes from using AI to reduce repetitive tasks. Think about all the teams at your dealership who are doing repetitive tasks. And if you could make that automated, how much productivity would you increase across your team? How much cost would you save? Third, data strategy and security. How are you getting real-time data and giving that data back to your ground teams to utilize in an AI format? Do you have the technology required and the security around that data to make it productive for your everyday workforce? Biggest problem we know, disjointed data. It's not built into your systems. Many of you can relate to this. You have a separate DMS. You have a separate CRM and website. You've got marketing in another system. And a lot of technologies have been added like customer data platforms to centralize that data. But how do you actually generate revenue or productivity from that data? Is it a bolt-on tool? Maybe, but we've seen how Microsoft and Google are taking their generative AI and plugging it directly into the applications. So the question is, does your technology have generative AI built into your DMS, built into your website, built into your digital retailing? And is it real time to give you that productivity boost for your everyday teams? At Tekion, our Automotive Retail Cloud has always been built with AI at its core, with a central data solution end-to-end that covers all of our different products. You don't need integrations. You don't need any issues with data consistency. And these are built directly into the application. You might have seen the demo earlier from Jay where he showed our advanced analytics and generative AI. We immediately take your financial data and are able to have a conversation in real time with your real data and performance at the store. There's no time delays on the system. And really, that's going to drive productivity across every team, which is incredible. So now I'm going to transfer it to Nithika. She's going to talk a little bit about some of the business impact that we've been seeing.
Thanks, Justin. So we don't only dream it, we deliver it. That's the true example. So here, what I'm going to go through is the value which we have generated for dealers only in 2023. So we generated more than $30 million revenue using our service recommendations. We generated more than 21,000 accessory leads from service customers, which is a great cross-sell technique. We duplicated more than 390K records using our AI algorithm. So no more duplicates in your DMSs, which is an 2x improvement over if you use any rule-based systems today. We generated 8,600 sales lead from your service customers, right? That itself is a huge win. We also save 15% time during the check-in process, and every minute counts. So this was all about 2023. So what do we have in our plan for 2024? You have already seen some snippet what Jay presented. So to start with, what we are planning to do is adding few functionalities in services. For instance, Service Catalog Pro recommendations. Service Catalog Pro is something which dealership uses during repair order creation to get the right parts, right labor hour, and so on. In the current scenario, the labor hour is more of like a static, or it might be based on what OEM is suggesting, right? But is that labor hour accurate? Is that it is optimal for a particular vehicle or service? AI will help you in doing that. Moving on, we have 3 new features which we are working on only for the CRM to make it more efficient for the dealership. For instance, if we talk about the CRM, there are plethora of tasks sitting on agent's window, right? Which task he should do first. And there are tasks which gets missed out from agents, which is critical on that particular day. So we are working on building a task prioritization algorithm where agent can only work on those tasks and convert the lead faster. Another interesting and fun feature is AI BDC. Right now, there are a lot of communication which happens in dealership of ours, right? There's a lot of contextual data from communication, from notes, personalized input about the customer behavior, right? So whenever a customer reaches out to a dealer during off hours, dealer has to wait till the next day to return their emails, right? AI BDC is gonna act on their behalf. Whenever there's a dealership off hours, it will take all the contextual data, generate a very nice email text for the dealership and send it to the customer and getting the higher engagement. The next feature is a call summary. Everyone would have integrated maybe call tracking, agent on a day-to-day basis, connect with the leads using a call, right? Most of the DMSs or CRMs only provide the call transcript. Call transcript is nothing where you get line-to-line conversations of what actually happened. But still, someone has to manually read those lines and make sense of it. Call summary is going to extract all the interesting insights from that messaging so that agents can work and build personalized communication for the customers. The last one is an analytics GPT, which Jay also announced, and we will go in a deeper session with, there's another session coming tomorrow as well, in what analytics GPT is. In the current scenarios, whenever a dealer has to extract any interesting insights, right, what do? They look at multiple dashboards, multiple charts to make sense of it. They have to do at least 4 to 5 clicks to get the right insight, right data from the right chart. If they want to compare data, let's say 3 years back, 2 years back, what happened, how is my expenses going on, it took more than 30 minutes just to arrive at that particular insight. So how can AI help in that particular domain? What we have built is proactive insights where you don't have to click anything. You get what is not going right or what is going exactly right in your business proactively. You get a lot of insights on expenses, gross, using natural language. So you get the proactive insights, and on top of that, you can ask the follow-up questions related to that insight, and so on. And not only that, what you can go in a view details section where it also tells you the contributing factors. Let's say your parts department expense is going down, right? But why it is going down? No one tells you. You have to go over the dashboards. The purpose of Analytics GPT is to generate the value with no click. To generate the value with least number of sentences, you just write your query, get the output, or you get the insight proactively. Moving on the CRM section, I want to introduce both the features what Jay has introduced, but in a more lead journey way, right? How does the lead enters the system, and how our AI features are helping those lead out, right? So it's a quick video where we'll go through the journey, and then I'll talk more details about that. All right, so this was a quick snippet of how generative AI features embed into the entire journey. And how we arrive at those features is by actually understanding the dealer pain point in the CRM process. Some of the value you can see which is really beneficial for them. For instance, the whatever content we generate, there's a 90% acceptance. That means there is no edits needed for that particular communication. You can just click send. That's it, right? And also, in what is open rate? Open rate is something where a dealership is really worried about, because if you don't have an open rate for your communication, you don't get higher engagement, you don't get higher conversion, right? Using our tools, dealership has observed 12% more open rates, right? And also the 37% increase in engagement. That means more conversion down the line. So I'm going to talk a little bit in details about these particular features. So what is lead snapshot, right? It is the condensed summary of what has happened with that lead previously. In any particular day, what agent has to go through before deciding to communicate it with the lead. They have to click on at least 5, 6 different tabs to understand what was the previous communication. Okay, was this an existing customer? Oh, was there any other duplicate lead for it? There are at least 10 to 12 more information agent has to gather before creating a very relevant email so that the customer might end up opening that email. So here, if you will see, we condense all those 12 tabs information in one, and not only condensing the information, summarizing that information really well so that agent exactly knows what to talk about in an email. where customer will actually feel interested in opening your particular email about it. For instance, if you see the engagement section, it is like you take all unstructured data, you take all communication data, you take all internet sources, nodes data, right? And what you get out of it is there anything which is relevant for the agent? So agent doesn't have to spend time, 15 minutes reading through those things. We gave them these informations directly. For instance, here, this customer has shown interest in a particular vehicle. It is present in some of the nodes coming from internet, but it is not coming as a, interested vehicle. It was not, the data was not tagged like that. Moving to the next section of the lead snapshot. Here, what we summarize is the contact history, right? Where all, is this an existing customer? What is the lifetime value of the customers? Some of the information related to discounting and so on. And this section, Special Insights, is really, really interesting. Here we have trained our generative AI as such that it will give you that nuanced, personalized information which you can use in the mail. For instance, here in this example, if you see that your customer, he's a pet friendly and has a husky, right? Just imagine in a communication, if you can mention that information, how customer will feel about it, right? That will be a great personalized information. And there's a last section which is like a vehicle intel. It tells you about if there is an interested vehicle where customer has said that they are interested in this vehicle, what all interesting insights are available for that particular vehicle, right? Are there similar vehicles which is there in the inventory which agent can talk about in the communications and so on. Using this all lead snapshot, right? The next step for an agent is to write that particular mail to get the higher engagement. So this is one example where without using snapshot, what would have been the communication? And if you're using a lead snapshot, what will be the communication to reach out to the customer, right? If you see on the first email, there's nothing apart from what agent has mentioned that it's been a month because it's a follow-up call. But in the second email, you are highlighting most of the information which can actually, where customer might feel reaching out back to you. It is highlighting that there was already a quote given by another agent. It is also highlighting that this customer has a great credit history. It is also highlighting the quote for the lower down payment and so on. So using those lead snapshot data, the next step is always to create that personalized communication or a personalized email or a text for the dealership, right? So what should they write about? So rather than agent thinking themselves what they should write about, what we recommend, what we tell them is a prompt suggestion. And these suggestions are personalized for each and every customer based on the previous historical data. We know that this customer has been, we want to address some financing issues, we want to upgrade their driving experience and so on. We recommend some of the prompts for the dealership. Either agent can choose any of these prompts to generate an email, or they can edit that particular prompt to make that communication better. So here, when they selected a prompt, this is an email what is generated using smart communication. And the key thing to note about it, right, it is not only personalized. Here, dealer also get to embed the links to directly book their test drive, to know the dealership detail, and so on. Dealer can also customize the tone and type if they feel this is more formal, they want to make it friendly, and so on. So over to you, Justin.
So we're really excited to have Donnie Lewis join us on stage. He's been with the dealership group and beta testing our generative AI features. And welcome, Donnie. Thanks for joining. Donnie, tell us a little bit about, when we first came to you and talked about the generative AI features, how was your reaction? What did your team think about it? We'd love to hear your insights.
So first and foremost, thank you guys for having me out again. I kind of look back when you were going through the synopsis here of the AI, and 2 years ago, I think, at the same area, we started having the conversation of the importance of the CRM, and a lot of the CRMs do the same thing. They capture the information for our dealerships, sales associates, BDR, and managers to reach out to customers. And the challenging part that we see on a day-to-day operation is to getting that done consistently. And for us to have that conversation, and then you guys reaching out to us as a dealer group and saying, hey, we'd like to work with you, and to see it now in 2 years come together so quickly, that means a lot from a dealer standpoint. We've had a lot of vendors over the years that we partnership with, and we feel like that's a partnership. But when you ask and you have those conversations, it usually ends up, I can't do that, or it doesn't work. And you guys have made that a reality. So we were super excited to begin with when you reached out for us to work with you on this project. And our people, since we've implemented it, have really, grasped the concept. Even so, some of the, I guess you would say, non-techie, those seem to grasp it even better because it's something new. So they're really engaged with it, and we've seen really, really good luck so far.
That's great. And what was been the business impact for this for you guys in terms of operations and customer engagement? Tell us a little bit about that.
So if you see the number that was on the board, a 37% increase. So what I did was took a snapshot of our communications tab within Tekion, and we've seen an increase of 37%, but we also seen an increase from our standpoint on the communications tab, a little over 30%. So the lift was not just the engagement from the customers, but the also lift was from the engagement within ourselves. And so one of the things that I've liked so far with AI, I've seen some other platforms, and that's advertising, and a lot of it is almost automated, right? So what I really have enjoyed so far with the AI is it's really a partnership with your BDRs and your sales associates. So you get the knowledge of maybe a sales associate that has 25 years worth of selling, but also get the intelligence of the AI. And so they almost work together to where you have an end result that might even be better than a complete automated solution, or obviously as what we've had in the past with just our sales associates. So we're seeing really good luck where our sales associates will give the AI some insight, and it works even a little better than the suggestive conversations that the app provides. So.
And what's been the customer feedback? Have you heard anything from customers when they've been engaged with this AI?
So we've had a couple of sales associates that really have increased their sales. One that comes to in mind particularly was a 12-car sales associate. And since we have launched the AI into the store, he has consistently sold over 20 cars. Last month he sold 28 cars, and I think the most he's ever sold was 12. So that was huge, seeing that lift. And so he has mentioned, and as the managers as well, when the customers come in, they're just a lot more engaged. They have the information that they were asking for up front and quickly. And so one of the things that he brought to light to me is, I know a lot of times sales associates or managers or BDRs get categorized as they didn't follow up because they were lazy. But a lot of times they just don't know what to say. And I think if you look through, consistently through a CRM, you will see that most places and people do good for that first contact, maybe second contact. But after that, they don't. And I think a lot of that is they just don't know what to say at that point. Whereas this is something that gives them, creative, insights on to where that conversation continues to happen, that follow-up process. And then it really gets them in a habit of having those at a day-to-day basis, not just with the AI, but just in life. Setting schedules now and doing things consistently because they see that follow-up and that time frame really helps, with the retail side. So
amazing. So would love to hear from your side also. What do you see in terms of AI in other parts of the business or general overview? You're responsible for marketing. How do you see AI impacting in the next few years, the automotive space, dealer business, everything?
Well, if you have not embraced AI, I think that you really need to. I don't see it going anywhere. We're using it in marketing strategies. We're using it in retention. Continuing to follow up with customers that purchase cars. But now we're also seeing trends with AI, so we're able to use that information to see ahead of the game. I guess you would say the future per se. So we've embraced it. We have realized that it's data, it's powerful, and then incorporated in our company has really been a big part of our success from last year, one of our record years for our dealer group. And so this year we're going to continue to focus on that, bring in the insights, and making our people a little more accessible to the AI and working along with it versus being scared, because that's some of the notion. Oh my God, it's going to take my job, or something of that nature. To where now they're actually getting to work along with it, and they're like, I'm super proficient. My customers are really enjoying the engagement that we're giving them, and so it's really something that's helped us across the platform, and I think it's only going to continue to grow.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Donnie. Appreciate the partnership and looking forward to more in 2024.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure working with you guys on a consistent basis.
Thank you for fully supporting our beta releases and giving us the right feedback. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.